Hello and welcome to PowerDrift. The car we have with us today needs no real introduction. It is the most asked for car review on our channel. A car that got 40,000 bookings right in its very first month. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vitara Brezza. For those of you who've been into the thick and thin of cars, you would remember this to share design clues from the XA Alpha concept. However, it is named after what was symbolically Maruti's big SUV, the Grand Vitara. Now this one is a compact SUV and the smallest at it. Maruti, however, is late to the crossover party, probably still has enough to crash it. Priced at 6.9 lakh rupees onwards, this has sent some serious shockwaves into the industry, and that it has for some very good reasons. Firstly, unlike the other compact SUVs, this one looks the part. It might not look as big as the Mahindra TUV, but certainly looks a lot more proportionate. The front end has a nice SUV feel to it, with these big headlamps, chrome flat grille, and even a Fox skid plate. Secondly, thankfully from the side, the Brezza doesn't end up looking like a jacked up hatchback. Instead, this looks like a fresh new car. Or maybe a mashup of a Mini Cooper with a Range Rover Evoque. Now this one here is a simple single color treatment, but you do get dual tone cars with different color roof and side view mirrors, and those ones end up looking very stylish with this floating roof design. The rear will remind you of the S-Cross and even the old Baleno wagon, but the spoiler and this chrome strip are clear telltale signs of Maruti precisely knowing what the Indian customer wants. And the exterior looks of the Vitara Brezza are not only the reason why it is so popular. It's got a whole lot of things going right for it, even on the inside. Let's have a look. The Brezza comes loaded with all the features you would expect from a modern day car, like keyless entry, button start, cruise control, an infotainment system which is touchscreen and has navigation. And then there are some features which you would not expect from the Maruti we knew of, like a chilled glove box, a sunglass holder, or these mood lights around the instrument cluster. Now, to keep the price competitive, Maruti has done some very clever cost cutting. For instance, the stereo system and the center console, which looks nice and modern, has been borrowed from the new generation Baleno, or the steering wheel, which has been borrowed from the Swift. Presently, the Vitara comes with only one diesel engine option, a 1.3-litre DDIS 200 engine, the same we've seen on the Ciaz, the Ertiga and the S-Cross. Maruti is known to be developing another petrol engine, a turbocharged petrol 1-litre engine, which will be first used on the Baleno RS. The same engine will eventually come down to the Vitara for it to challenge the segment leader, the Ford EcoSport. The Ford EcoSport pioneered the compact SUV market in India back in 2013. And ever since, it's been a hot favorite for its Ford-like handling. While majority Indian SUVs choose to be softly sprung, the EcoSport chooses otherwise. So with its feedback-rich steering and a stiff suspension, it is the best handling compact SUV in the Indian market today. But where the Brezza outshines the EcoSport is in terms of usable space, especially in the rear seat, which can actually seat 3 adults quite comfortably. The suspension on the Brezza is set up slightly stiffer than regular Marutis, so it's a comfortable everyday ride and will still let you have some fun into the corners. The steering wheel is light on city speeds and weighs up nicely as you pick up pace. The clutch action is positive and light, and these gear shifts are slick and almost effortless. Unlike the other cars that share the same engine, the power here comes in very linear, but it's right across through the rev band. Now the braking on the Brezza is very impressive, progressive and confidence-inspiring. What's not so impressive is the NVH levels of this cabin. Till about 2000 RPM it's well insulated, but as the revs rise up, it starts to sound like a party that's gone bad. The Brezza might not have the handling to match that of the EcoSport, but it is certainly one of the best handling Marutis I've driven till date. What a beautiful sunset! It's now time to summarize and give the verdict. You see, Maruti Suzuki is quite like the Indian cricket team. It knew its strength and delivered just that for like a million years. They were simply unbeatable on the home ground. But when the rules of the game changed and T20 became the new favorite, Maruti Suzuki jumped into the bandwagon and it came all guns blazing. The Vitara Brezza is certainly not the most SUV-ish looking crossover out there, but at this price tag, it's really a nice car with all its bells and whistles. Sorry. Lap again? Yeah. Secondly, from the and the exterior looks are not the only reason for the Vitara's popularity. Brezza's popularity, SHARAN!